For many years, I have used a personality profile with all sorts of situations. I've used it when I was a mental health therapist. I've used it when I was running my own business, with my team. I've used it with friends. I've used it with my relationships. I've used it with my husband. I've used it with my kids. I've used it with life coaching clients, family therapy clients. You name it, I've brought it into any kind of team, partnership, relationship. The reason why I'm so obsessed with it is because it is utterly amazing at helping you do life more effectively. I think people are so different, but actually there are some real traits that just ground us and connect us and that we share. How we personally go about expressing our lives is different, but the things actually that the personality traits are actually really quite similar. And I've used many in the past. I ditched them all for this one that is the most user-friendly. It's got the easiest language. It's the one that everyone remembers in their minds. And it's quite fun and light-hearted, but equally it's utterly transformational. You basically come out, you do an assessment, a very simple, quick one, and you come out as a blend of earth, wind, fire and water. So an earth is slow to move, solid, predictable, not necessarily risk-taking. Can be leaders, but often they're the detailed person within a team. They're the people that get the accurate information. They like to know all the details before they make a decision. You can really trust an earth. If they tell you something's going to work, you know they've done the research. You know that you can rely that it will work. They can be quite picky and stubborn, slow to move. They can find certain other personality types quite difficult. You've got fires. Fires are strategic thinkers, leaders. They don't necessarily need a team to go along with them. They can see the end goal and they know how to get there. They're very fast-paced. They can be like fire. They can be quite dangerous people to be around, or they can be very exciting. They are strong and quite vocal about what's going on for them. Risk takers, they don't mind taking risks. They don't need all the details. They just need to get on and do, quite fast-paced. Then you've got waters. Waters are very team-orientated, very caring, very loving. They don't like conflict. They are quite transparent and open. But having said that, if things are upsetting them, they don't necessarily confront those things. They will let them go on for a while. And I guess a water could either freeze in certain situations or boil. I've known in the past some people have interpreted a water as being a fire because they've experienced a water boiling quite a lot because they're so out of their comfort zone. But actually that boil is not a fire. The boil is often the water character. Yeah, caring and considerate and puts others before themselves, doesn't necessarily find it that easy to say no to people or to things. And then you've got winds. Winds are fun and energetic and have lots of ideas and enthuse everybody. But equally, they can burn people out. They can overcommit people because they've got a lot of energy and want to achieve a lot and do a lot. And they can often change their mind quite quickly. So they're really passionate about something 1 minute, and then a few weeks later, oh, it's all changed, all over here. Not great with detail. And winds tend to take things personally when actually they don't need to. So that's a very, very, very quick overview of the elements, and you obviously come out as a blend. So I'm quite a high wind fire. I've got medium amounts of water and I've got very, very low earth, which is very accurate for me. I've got lots of ideas. I'm very passionate. I like to move very quickly. I like to get where I'm going fast. I constantly live with a voice inside of me that says, you've got one life, cram it all in, get it all done, do as much as you can. I do care about people. I do care about being part of a team, but it's not as strong as let's get on and do. And I really, really, really struggle with detail. I can do it. I have to do it as part of my working life. I've learned how to do it better than I naturally would. But naturally, I would skip the detail. I don't read the small print. I don't read the instruction manual. I try and work things out as I go. So my profile is really accurate for me. What I just love about it at the moment is how it's helping me understand people around me, or it has done for years. So if I'm working in a team, I'm more aware that I can come across to be really difficult if I'm working with a team of waters, or if I'm working with an earth. I know that I actually need to slow down and give the detail, ask if they're okay with the detail I've given them before I run off in another direction, or tell my husband that when he's being too fiery with me, I can just say, you're being too fiery. I want a bit more water here in this situation, if that's okay. And instead of me using other language that might be a bit more hurtful or destructive, he just understands that you're too fiery. He understands it. He doesn't take it personally. He gets it, and he will immediately be able to show me more of his water. So yeah, it's a really, really helpful tool, and I absolutely love training people in this personality profile. I love getting teams together, training them, finding out what they are, training them, and seeing how they all adapt and change accordingly to allow us to be more of who we really are, and to recognise when we're in the challenge of that personality trait, or when we're in the strength. And you meet some people who are just living in the challenges of their personality trait, feeling that they are wrong and inadequate, and not understanding that actually they just need to shift the challenge to the positive. And how do you do that? And I love working in that. I think it can make us a much weller society when we understand each other and we understand personality types. I would love this to be on the curriculum. I'd love training children in personality profiling early so they know who they are. Not to box them, but to unbox them, and for them to recognise who people are around them. Oh, I recognise that chap there, he's much more of an earth, and actually I need to respond differently to him. No wonder she gets annoyed with me, because I'm a high wind, and actually I talk over her all the time. I don't give her a space to speak herself because of her high water compared to my high wind. You know, it's all these scenarios. If we taught children from a young age, I think relationships would be a lot better in schools. I think family relationships would improve. And I think going into the work, in your working life, you'd probably choose jobs quite differently, knowing if you knew much more about how you naturally are and where you would naturally fit. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce, it's called PEP, P-E-P, PEP, Path Elements Profile. If you want to know any more, I'm really passionate about it, happy to talk to anyone, and really happy to come and work with you and your team, your family, a couple, anything, any relationship where there's more than one, or even one. Start with yourself and then move out. So get in touch. Bye.